From the sands of the Libyan desert rose a figure who shaped the destiny of a nation and influenced global geopolitics for over 4 decades. This is the story of Muammar Gaddafi, his rise to power, controversial reign, and dramatic downfall. Muammar Muhammad Gaddafi was born in 1942 in a Bedouin tent near Sirte, Libya. Raised in a tribal society under Italian colonial rule, his early years were shaped by poverty and a deep sense of nationalism. Inspired by Egyptian presidential Gamal Abdel Nasser's vision of Arab nationalism, Gaddafi joined the military and began plotting to overthrow Libya's monarch. 27 years old, he led a bloodless coup in 1969, deposing King Idris I and proclaiming the Libyan Arab Republic. Gaddafi's rise was celebrated as a victory for the people, but it marked the beginning of an era that would be defined by ambition and controversy. Gaddafi ruled Libya with an iron fist, combining authoritarian control with populist rhetoric. His political philosophy outlined in the Green Book rejected democracy and communism, advocating for a unique system of direct democracy he called the Jamaat. Under Gaddafi, Libya's vast oil wealth was used to modernize the country. Healthcare and education improved significantly, and Libya became a leading voice for African and Arab unity. However, Gaddafi's regime was also accused of funding the global terrorism, including the Lockerbie bombing in 1988, which killed 270 people. These actions made Libya a pariah state, subjected to international sanctions. Gaddafi's eccentric personality became as infamous as his policies. He wore flamboyant outfits, insisted on pitching his Bedouin tent during state visits, and surrounded himself with an all-female bodyguard unit known as the Amazonian Guard. In later years, Gaddafi shifted his focus to Africa, promoting a vision of a United States of Africa and providing financial support to liberation movements. Yet his grip on power at home tightened, with dissent crushed ruthlessly. In 2011, the wave of upsprings known as the Arab Spring reached Libya. Protesters demanded political reform and an end to Gaddafi's 42-year rule. His regime responded with brutal force, igniting a civil war. The international community, led by NATO, intervened under the pretext of protecting civilians. Airstrike decimated Gaddafi's forces, tipping the scales in favor of the rebels. Cornered in his hometown of Sirte, Gaddafi was captured and killed by rebels on October 20, 2011. His death marked the end of an era but left Libya in chaos. Muammar Gaddafi's legacy remains deeply divisive. To some, he was a champion of Pan-Africanism and social progress. To others, he was a dictator whose ambitions and repression brought suffering to his people. Since his fall, Libya has struggled with instability, torn apart by rival factions and foreign interventions. Gaddafi's dream of a united and prosperous Libya remains unfulfilled, a stark reminder of the challenges of authoritarian rule. Muammar Gaddafi's life was a tale of ambition, power, and controversy. A man who sought to reshape his nation and the world, but left behind a legacy as complex as the country he once ruled. History will continue to judge his impact on Libya and beyond.